right. Woo, and I'm sick too. Well, not sick. A little bit under the weather. Philly Will Spill. Please subscribe. Please subscribe to my Facebook, William Nunez, TikTok, William Nunez, Instagram, Young Boss 40009999 39s, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to cover Mr. Stephan A Smith. I'm going to give a Philly Will take on how even the NFL is and certain things that I called before the NFL started. And then the last thing we're going to do is just go to the Week 6 outcome. So, before we get into it, let's start with Mr. Stephan A Smith. Stephan A, sometimes, it's been, I would say, it's been a lot of times that he has made statements and he retract them with certain races and he don't retract them with other races, or he be more aggressive with the black culture and don't be as aggressive with other cultures. But I'm gonna let you get into a video. This is Urban Politicians. I want to shout them out. I want you to see this 3-minute video, and then I'm gonna make my take after that real quick. So please feel free. You might want to listen to this whole thing. This is why I did my channel and I stopped watching their channels as much and just catering my customer base self to their platforms and have to listen to their crap. And I started doing my own, because this is why I always say the people that are scripted, or they have to say something, or they got a battery in their back, or they got strings around themselves. But enough of me. I'll let you hear it first.
Situation, and now he's married. He's not allowing none of that's happening.
Hold on, no.
That's what he said.
If I'm married and my wife is going to join trolling her ex, go back to his, because clearly you don't belong with me. What you worried about him for and you with me?
I gotta get that link back.
Go ahead,
Stop it.
What?
Stop it, Stephen A.
This is true.
If you with Serena Williams, you gonna be a kept man anyway. Don't start that.
Really?
You ain't gonna run the house. You're not gonna wear the pants.
You know about that? You sure about that?
Question?
Stephan A. Smith, I think you had some marriage advice for me. Is that right? Or
well, you know what? Listen, I didn't. People, headlines are headlines. We can get into that another time, but I was
hoping you were going to be here.
I am not qualified. Married? Right. Oh no, not me. Well, I ain't qualified, my brother. I'm not qualified.
I was going to ask, because you hadn't been married before, right?
I am married.
No, see,
he hasn't.
Okay. Yeah, because I give advice to plenty of founders who want to build billion-dollar companies, and the reason I do that is because I build billion-dollar companies. Yeah. So I generally try to stay in my lane as advice
Then we'll talk marriage advice later. I'm going 13 years strong. We got
you.
Alexis, thank you so much. Athlos NYC 2-night event in New York. Incredible. Can't wait to watch. I'm looking for a Tiffany's crown. Appreciate you, Alexis.
It didn't escalate or anything like that. He is her husband. He loves her dearly. They have 2 wonderful children together. And I have absolutely no issue with him whatsoever wanting to address that situation with me because that's her husband. And I certainly meant no disrespect towards him at all. I was just saying that men, knowing us as men, if we're married and our wife is showing energy towards anybody else, even in a negative way, we're asking ourselves, if you're happy, why show that energy? That's it. But that's all it was. But I wasn't going to get into it on national television. I'm a professional.
Come on, Stephan A, bro. You get loud and all in your feelings about Braun. When Braun, he talking to a black billionaire, but when you talking to a white billionaire, you humble. And you come back on your show talking in real respectful, mild manner, man. Hey, bro, listen, bro. And you dogging the black women. Bro, let's stay out of politics and stick to talking about sports you never played. All right? Just stick to doing that, bro. We not going to vote for you if you talk. I heard you talking about running. You don't do that, bro. We not going to vote for you. No, we're not. But check this out, bro. Stop, bro, okay? You do not have the same energy for other people, but you got the lot of... Brace yourself. You stay constantly attacking LeBron James. We get tired of it, to the point LeBron had to check him on court about keep my kid's name out of your mouth, because certain things shouldn't be involved in the sports analyst world. It should just be the sports and the sports player. He stayed straddling the fence with Jerry Jones, talking about he don't like the Cowboys because of the fan base and bashing them, but when he gets in front of Jerry Jones, he look like Samuel L. Jackson off the Django, snickering and grinning. He stayed doing controversy takes, even in the sports world that I don't like. For instance, he had the Detroit Lions. I'm sorry, not the Detroit Lions. He had the Eagles #1 for like the first 4 weeks. Then they take their first loss. It could have been 5 weeks. They take their first loss against the Broncos, and he knocks them all the way down to like 4 or 5. And then have everybody who watches him Houdini or Pied Piper with the list is fluid. The list is stupid. The list is stupid. I don't like watching some of them people on these platforms because they get narrated to do certain things that Charles Barkley said. What does ESPN get narrated to do? Perpetuate Lakers and Cowboys every day, all day. And you get tired of it. They don't cover every team. So certain fan bases should probably not even watching these platforms. And I'm just not going to put it on ESPN because I do love ESPN for other things of that nature. And I do like some of their shows they have. But I have to watch people like Stephen Jackson or All the Smoke, blew smoke right up his ass. How you going to sit here and talk about this man when he not on camera, then he get on camera and he asked that he was looking for you, wanted you to be on here and what you got to say, and you don't say nothing. You don't say nothing. You did it 2 weeks worth of shows about your controversy with LeBron James saying keep his kids' name up out your mouth. This man get on here right in front of your face on your platform, and you start backpedaling like you a cornerback. And I'm going to let y'all know something. I like Stephen A as a sports analyst when he keep it sports. But when he do get into politics, he start bringing other things in, and he can't stand up for himself on certain coaches like he stand down on other coaches, that's what I don't like. And some of the stuff they be saying, like that Eagles #1, and they dropped to #5, I don't understand that. And I know I'm just a little person, but shout out to Urban Politicians. I like your work too. I watch you a lot, bro. You do an excellent job, but we on the rise. You got to start somewhere. Next topic. And I like the way I transited from that topic to this topic because me starting my channel, I got told y'all, I got tired of listening to the same people over and over again. Talk about sports and don't keep it real. Don't talk about everybody. Only cover certain people, and it's only really 2 teams, man. And it's like, unless it's some controversy, like the Shador quarterback stuff, all look not so cute to me, but cute to them to keep people watching. You do this thing day after day after day for 3 weeks. We covering Shador. Nobody want to hear that every day, all day. So I started my own channel. But in my own channel, I do my own homework. I make my own predictions before the season started. You can go watch my episodes where I told you a lot of this stuff where I'm about to tell you. But the next topic is about the NFL being even, people. People calling people once teams lose. Right now, everybody looks stupid because the NFL is even. Some of this stuff I'm about to tell you, I predicted before the season started. And some of this stuff is going to just be clear and defined. Let's roll through it. Colts versus, I'm sorry. Let me get the wrong. Here we go. Lions lost to Green Bay week 1. It was a bad loss. Green Bay tied with the Cowboys, I believe week 3. I'm not going to know all the weeks per se, but I know the games. Cowboys lost to the Panthers just this past week. Chiefs kicked 4 field goals against the Giants, I believe, week 2. The Giants lost to the Saints and beat the Eagles. The Eagles beat the Chiefs, the Rams, and the Rams struggle against the Ravens. The Steelers are leading their division. The Buccaneers are 5-1, only have a loss to the Eagles. Baker Mayfield is looking like the clear MVP as of right now. Like I said last week, now everyone else is saying it. Next, Patriots are leading their division. I called them a sneaky team before the season started. You can check out my Facebook, or I'll put it in here as I edit it. You'll see that it says April the 29th when I put this together. The Bills have lost twice to teams that they're supposed to beat. The Falcons are still finding themselves, although they look good. The Vikings have QB controversy, as I called before Carson Wentz started. You can look at my videos and see that I called out when Carson Wentz get in there. If he started winning games and the way J.J. McCarthy was playing, it's going to look kind of shaky when he gets off his injury for them to bring him back in. Let's keep it going. Seattle and the Colts are going to run away with their division. I know Seattle and 49ers have a tied division, but with Green Line going down, they're not going to be able to sustain too much more injury bug, the 49ers. So Seattle will run away with that division. The Browns, the Jets, the Titans, the Saints will sell off players and get ready to start the next year season. Chargers and Broncos are 4-2, and the Chiefs are 3-3. I also called before the season started that the Chargers and the Broncos caught up to the Chiefs, and one of them will win a division. And the team that I have winning the division is the Broncos. The NFC North basically has a four-way tie. A four-way tie. I predicted all of this, and I won over 30 parlays in the parlay world. For a lot of money. So what doesn't qualify you guys to watch me as a sports analyst on my channel? If I'm predicting this, if I'm winning money, if I'm being real, nobody is telling me what to say. Why not subscribe? I would subscribe. If I'm giving parlay intake, I would subscribe. But all I'm going to tell everybody is, I'm coming. I ain't even a year in. I'm coming. Next, let's go to Week 6 outcomes. Week 6 outcomes. Blowout games. Rams beat the Ravens 17-3, even though the Rams looked it rough and Puka went down with an injury. That's an injury to watch. Steelers versus the Browns. Steelers beat the Browns 23-9. Steelers are on the road. Next team up is the Bengals on Thursday. Lions versus the Chiefs. 30-17. Lions didn't come to play, and they cried about play calling once again. So now that the Lions, let's talk about who the Lions beat. The Lions have beaten they've beaten the Bears that are now 3-2. They've beaten the Ravens that are 1-5. They've beaten the Bengals that are 2-4. They're not looking so good. The Chiefs getting Rashid Rice back, and they about to be on the road. But the Lions, and now the injury bug is coming. I don't want to hear about the injury bug. Look at the 49ers don't want to hear about the injury bug. The Eagles don't want to hear about the injury bug. The Buffalo Bills don't want to hear about the injury bug. The injury bug is on almost, it's something to be on every team as they strap up and lace up every week. But it's some teams that's going through a lot of injury bugs and looking for players. So we don't want to hear about that. You got to make do with what you got. We don't want to hear about that. Bucks versus 49ers, 30-19. 49ers lost Greenlaw. Baker Mayfield looks like the front runner MVP, like I said last week. Did you see that throw that he sent to Ted Johnson? So wait a minute. Baker Mayfield had Mike Evans go down. He threw it to Mecca Buka two to 3 weeks in a row, and Mecca went off. Then Chris Godwin went down, and Mecca went down, and last week Ted Johnson went off. And they're 5-1, leading the NFC. He's clearly the front runner for MVP. Close games. Colts versus Cardinals, 31-27. It was a controversy no call at the end of the last drive on the tight end McBride, but overall it was a decent game. Colts are proven to be a good team. They don't just have to win in blowout fashion; they can win in close fashion. Raiders beat the Titans 20-10. Brian Kelly was fired. It's one of those things where you basically saw that Titans didn't have enough to start the season to have this great quarterback that they got. He's an awesome quarterback. They need to get it together. Get a couple more players back in that defense since he's on his rookie contract, and get a decent coach, and they'll be on the road next year. As you see where the Texans is at, the Colts leading the division. Texas was the hottest team the last 3 years. Now look who took over. Any given Sunday, any given year. Packers beat the Bengals 27-18. Give Flacco a little bit more time. And Packers better clean it up too, because shit be looking rough. All their victories be looking rough. Clean it up, Packers. But give Flacco a little bit more time. Patriots beat the Saints 25-19. Drake May is in his bag. The defense is looking good under Vrabel. I call that to be my sneaky team. And look, I said they was going to go to the playoffs. I didn't even say they was going to win the division. They leading the division right now. Chargers versus Dolphins. Chargers won 29-27. But the story of that game was Tua throwing 3 interceptions. And then he gets on the post conference and he says some things that was so, like, why would you get up there and say that? I don't know why Tua is opening his mouth as of lately in these press conferences and got himself looking bad. I know that team is not liking him right now, but I'll let you hear what he said.
With the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys, right? We're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late, guys not showing up to player-only meetings. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. I think it starts.
Tua, be quiet, bro. Just be quiet. Just be quiet. Y'all losing it and you just mounting it on, man. Be quiet. Don't do that. Cowboys lost to the Panthers 30-27. It was a good game. The Cowboys can't stop a train with no wheels that's not on a track. Rico Dowdle went for 150, and he was dominating them boys. And he told them before they played the game, you better strap up. I'm going to show you why y'all never should have sent me off to another team. I'm going to show you why you should be paying me. Boy went off. I mean, he went off the week before, so it wasn't no fluke. Cowboys not going to be able to do nothing. They're going to score a lot of points. You're going to be good for fantasy with George Pickens when CD get back, and you're going to have a good Dak Prescott in your fantasy. But as far as them in the division, it's the same thing. No defense. And you're paying Dak Prescott $60 million. You're paying CD 18-something million. You paying offense. You pay offense, you don't get no defense unless you draft good. The Cowboys, for the most part, draft good, but it's usually always on offense with the offensive line. They do good on the defensive line as well, but it ain't looking too good. Seattle beat the Jags 20-12. Jackson Smith and Enigma. Story of that game. 162 yards and 1 touchdown. ETN didn't show. Seattle got a defense, and they're not playing. They're not letting people rush on them. But Jax and Smith, Enigma, that boy, look, him and Emeka Buka right now, they on a tear. They are on a tear. They said, no DK, no worries. That's what he said. No DK, no worries. Bills versus the Falcons, 24-14. Bijan Robinson was the story of that game. Bills suffered a lot of injuries, but we don't want to hear that because a lot of people suffer a lot of injuries. And like I said, for the Bills fans, hear me out again. When you don't have a number one target to throw to, here's what the defense is going to do to you. They're going to play man coverage because you don't have a number one target. There's nobody that's a threat. We don't have to double. And if we don't have to double, on third downs, we might call a spy. Maybe on second, but more so on third. So we don't have to worry about Big Josh running. And then if Big Josh can't run, we're going to pin the tailback on our defensive line and let him go get him. And that's what you're seeing yesterday. He needs a number one wide receiver. And right now, Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed for the New Orleans Saints are in their last year of their contract. And the Saints got to basically retool and get it together. So one of them are up for grabs. So Buffalo Bills, you need to be blowing down the New Orleans Saints phone right now. You need a number one target. He's going to get killed. I'm going to keep putting that in the atmosphere. He's going to get killed without that number one target. People are on to the way he's playing. He's trying to play backyard boogie ball, pick him up, mess him up. You want to run around everywhere, run the ball because he's so big and think he can just dominate like that. It's not going to happen. You're going to keep putting people in injury-prone situations like your offensive line was a little bit, and you're going to keep putting your fucking defense on the line, defense on the field, and they're going to get tarnished. So get a number one target or y'all going to have a long season. Like you said, you can't even think about no Super Bowl or no playoffs. You got to make it to the playoffs. Bijan Robinson went off. They killed me on my parlay too. If you'd had another touchdown. You see how FanDuel get involved? They on the 10-yard line. This boy going off and they take him out the game. All 4 downs. Yeah, parlay world be parlaying. Bears beat the Commanders 25-24. Bears got their lick back for that loss last year on that Hail Mary play. The story of that game was the fumble. Jaden Daniels tried to hand that ball out to McCrosby. That miss was out there. And I said it. It's just something about the rain or weather. Once you see that rain come, somebody going to either catch a ball and get it popped out or somebody going to mishandle a fumble or the quarterback going to mishandle a snap. And here we go with the game being blew up. And last night, that's what it was. So, good victory for the Bears. And then, hold on, look out. Look out for the Bears now. Look out for the Bears now. Ben Johnson, Caleb Johnson, that offense is looking real Detroit Lions. They stay up under the snap. They stay giving the ball. You see Swift went off last night. They stay throwing it to them tight ends, man. And that number one wide receiver, Adunze, hey, I'm trying to let y'all know. It's looking real Detroitish. And then the last game of the week, and I consider this the craziest game. Jets versus Broncos, 13-10, 9:30 in the morning in London. Parlay people, do not bet on no 9:30 game like that. Here's why I'm trying to tell you. For one, they're going across country. When they go across country, that is a flight that's longer than normal. It stops their regular team weekly schedule to a certain extent. I ain't gonna say it's a certain extent. It stops it. They don't follow the same schedule that they normally follow. No matter if it's a Monday, Thursday, or a Sunday game, Sunday night game, they're going to cross country. It's 9:30 in the morning. They don't play, but if they got that in their schedule, maybe some teams had it twice. The team that had it twice probably can get used to it. I think that was the Vikings. But when you go over there once at 9:30, they're not used to playing at 9:30 in the morning on London time, jet lag and all of that. So it's just like one of those things where you don't really want to bet money on them games. It's going to just kill your money. In the parlay world, the bookies be smiling and laughing. People betting on them games. I do not play around with them games. I don't want them. Y'all can have them. But anyways, the craziest part of this game was Aaron Glenn and his coaching staff and the players on the field at the 50-yard line. Second quarter with 30 seconds to go. And these retarded people decided to just let the clock go down and not even try to move the ball to go get a field goal. Spike one more first down or two. One more 15-yard play. Spike the ball and kick a field goal. These fools get up to the line of scrimmage. Wait. You got everybody, the broadcaster, Kurt Warner, everybody like, what the hell going on? I've never seen that. And some people are starting to say that the NFL is scripted and other things are being involved with the game. That right there, if that was true, I don't believe that to be true about the NFL. But if that was true, that's the quickest way to get exposed. And that's the quickest way for Aaron Glenn to get fired. And I'm not rooting for that man to get fired because this is his first year on a team where they already had a ton of headaches last year with Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. And look at Rodgers. Look at Devontae Adams. What I keep telling y'all, it's the organization. Them kids calling draft selections off of Madden. But anyways, going back to what I'm saying, Aaron Glenn, you're going to be the fall guy if this keep up. And the worst thing you could have did was name your quarterback who thinks to run his first option, who thinks to run his second option, and who thinks to run his third option as your starting quarterback. I would have never labeled Justin Fields as my starting quarterback. I would have labeled anybody but Justin Fields. It ain't looking good. Aaron, they're going to make you the fall guy, bro. I've seen a person get fired in their first year. Please clean it up. That's all I got. I'm Philly Will all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. And I'm out.